How's everyone doing? Let me pull this microphone up. So first and foremost, my grandmother, who means like the world to me. My wife, Shavana, is shooting me right now. I got to give a shout out to my grandmother. Hello, Halmini. I love you so much. I wish she could be here. She's just not as mobile as she used to be. But I have to say that, like, since I'm here, and I don't know if he's been here before, like, I'm on the hunt for Jason Scott Lee. Does everyone know who Jason Scott Lee is? So I'm from LA. This is really like what we stand for, and the value of like everyone here who is all about seeing ourselves represented on the big screen and understanding self-reflection. It's what Cashmere Agency is about. It's what Stampede's about. It's what Mary Jane's about. It's about just changing the status quo and seeing ourselves as we really should as Asian Americans. I'm from LA, so when I grew up here, you know, I had friends of all sorts, which meant that like I was dating women from all different backgrounds, right? Like Latin, white, Jewish, black, everything. And I went to school in Philadelphia, and on the East Coast, the protocol was a little bit different. I'd walk into these sorority parties, and my whole rhythm would be thrown off. I had no game. I'd walk into the black sorority parties, and my shit was just shut down from the get-go, which was not expected, you know, from how I grew up. So I realized that the issue is that a lot of people hadn't seen, like I hadn't seen, a strong Asian male having sex on screen. And so I realized why I had an affinity for a movie called Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. It was Jason Scott Lee and Lauren Holly, and there was real sensuality, real sexuality represented for the first time when I was in high school, and I thought that was really impactful for me. And I had it on VHS tape. That kind of dates me. So when I had a date one time with this girl, she wasn't Asian, but I brought her back to my crib at the time, which was a small apartment, and I had a joint, I had some wine, and I popped in that Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. And after about an hour and a half about her being mesmerized at this incredible, attractive Asian man and his ability to kill all the stereotypes that exist about us, it was cracking. That's all I gotta say. So I don't know, someone in this room knows Jason Scott Lee, so please tell him to holler at me. My email address is ted@cashmereagency.com. Because I owe a lot to him. That VHS tape has gotten burnt like 100 times, 200 times over in multiple dates. I know every word in that film, and that's like, all jokes aside, like that's really important to me because, you know, I think it's important that Coram, London Trust, you know, I want to thank Ted Kim and his wife Kimber, who have been supporters of me from like day one. When people didn't really understand what I was doing, I gotta thank my dad and my mom who are here. So Ty and Susan, but who gave me the proclivity and the tenacity to do what I do. I gotta give a big shout out to the Cashmere Agency team, which is the most multicultural table in this motherfucker right now. Where's Cashmere Agency at? Cashmere Agency, Stampede team, Mary Jane. We're all about breaking the norm. We're all about the new general market and really, you know, representing how we live our lives in this room and changing the status quo. If you want to learn about this incredible industry called the cannabis industry, which is federally legal in Canada, and in California, 2018 is going federally legal, please come see me, because me, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, and Seth Rogen, and Scott Chung, my brother, and his beautiful wife Tina are at the forefront of. Come holler at me later over Blue Label. Thank you so much for this. I got to give a big shout out to Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai is a real one, and she's like an incredible, beautiful person, and everything she represents is obviously a part of what we're talking about. And thank you so much, Coram.